Alright, so should The Last of Us. The Last of Us, first off, The Last of Us 2013. It is no
Okay.
doubt the game of the year. The game of the year 2013 went to Grand Theft Auto 4. 5. Yeah, fuck 5. 5 was awesome. It was awesome, my bad. Fuck 5, nah. I didn't mean that. But, but I just meant that, like, The Last of Us was that damn good. Like, over, like, 100 or 200, whatever. I don't really know the exact number. Game of the Year awards. So that's a lot of awards. You just know the freaking game is that good. And if the studio win game is the if the studio I mean if the game wins the studio of the year, shouldn't the game also win game of the year? But no, they wanted each studio to get one award. So they gave game of the year, and I'm talking about the Spike Video Game Awards. They gave Game of the Year 2013 to Grand Theft Auto 5, and they gave Studio of the Year to Naughty Dog, the creator of The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us is no doubt one of the best games of this our generation, whatever the fuck you call it, whichever one. It is just that damn good. It's a really damn good game. I've not seen one person so far that plays The Last of Us and say the game was bad, the game was terrible, like the the story was horrible or anything of that nature. Nobody would dare say something like that, because if you do, like, it's like you have no freaking heart, no emotion. It's like you can't feel nothing. Like it's like you're a fucking sociopath or something. I don't know what's wrong with you. All right. So for me, I really enjoyed The Last of Us. The game, it is one of a kind. There's no other game like it. I mean, are there games similar like it? Yes, there are games similar, but none like it when it comes to the storytelling. Great, visuals, voice acting. Nothing can really compare to the game. It is one of a kind. And so, do you want to like give a brief so The Last of Us, is about, Joel and Ellie. Joel is escorting Ellie to this hospital because she is the cure. A virus hits I guess humanity, and the entire world is catching the virus. So people are dying, people are getting infected based on this virus caused by the ants or something like that. So Ellie is like the cure. So Joel has to escort her to a hospital. But the father-daughter bonding experience between Joel and Ellie, it was like some really good stuff, real powerful shit, And especially since Joel, this might be some spoilers, but if you haven't played the game yet, I don't know why you're even watching this video.
That's
Joel and his daughter, Joel's daughter died, so, and he and Ellie just, bonded. She was basically his daughter. So I just love what they did there. Again, such a great story. Like, it is one of a kind. But the question of this video is, should there be a Last of Us 2? Should there be a sequel to The Last of Us? Is it necessary? Should there be one? Like, The Last of Us is a masterpiece. Do you really want to add on to this masterpiece and possibly, I don't know, create another masterpiece?
uh,
Or do you want to run the risk of,
I'll go
maybe
first.
damaging the franchise?
I'll go first. At first, I thought no, because of what you just said. It is a masterpiece, and you don't want to ruin it or anything like that. But over time, I changed my opinion
Mm.
because we got to remember who is the one who made this game. It is Naughty Dog. Naughty
So, no.
Dog, to this point, has never made a game that has disappointed their fan base. Are you frozen again?
I was frozen, but I'm
Okay.
unfrozen now.
Okay. And what was I saying?
You said
Um,
in Naughty Dog we trust.
yes, in Naughty Dog we trust. If after all the success that The Last of Us has had, I would be really surprised if they don't do a second one. 'Cause we got to remember it is a business, and gotta
It's
do
like
what it takes to
Hollywood. It's
get the
like
money.
Hollywood in their movies. Like, once you get a success, once you have like a really good movie, you have to make a sequel, even though it's not really necessary. But
So, but
on
but
this
I
hand, it
but
might be necessary.
I think Naughty Dog will pull it off right though.
You
I
think?
I have I think they'll pull it off. As far as I know, they never made a game that has disappointed their fan base.
Yeah.
I was really into Jack and Daxter uh,
Right.
on the PS2. I loved
hmm
all those games. I know a lot of people are really into Crash Bandicoot for the PS1. That was a really
hmm
popular series. I know you were really into Uncharted for the
Yeah.
PS3.
All
I
three so
know
far.
I know you love all three games, so this is
hmm
a very respectable franchise, and I think they would continue to do
hmm
The Last of Us justice if they do decide to make a sequel.
So you're saying yes, like a big
Yes.
yes.
hmm
I say a big yes also, like 150 fucking percent yes. Because like you said, this is Naughty Dog. There hasn't been one Naughty Dog game that I've played where I've been disappointed. Well, I've only played one franchise, the Uncharted. And there were actually, I gotta go back on that. There's been one game I was a bit disappointed with. It was Uncharted 2. But Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3, guys. I was a bit disappointed in Uncharted 3 because it was kind of the same as Uncharted 2. But nevertheless, though, Uncharted 3 was an amazing game. Some new mechanics, some new techniques. It was still really damn good. So when it comes to really, really, really disappointing, though, no. They were a really good game studio, right? They haven't really disappointed
Like
me.
if
And
it
they're
was
good.
like if it was Ubisoft who made The Last of Us, I would not want them to make a sequel.
I don't
Because
even know who Ubisoft is, but whatever.
the ones who made Assassin's Creed,
I know, but I
like
just like I don't fucking care about them.
whatever.
Pretty much. Because I know Assassin's Creed right now, like they're making one every year. Like, do you really need an Assassin's Creed one every fucking year? Like, take some time to really develop your game and your story, man. You don't need a game every year. Like, what the hell? So that's
Yeah.
why I really said that. Like, you don't really care. But again, Naughty Dog, they're really good at storytelling. They're so good at storytelling. They're so good at visuals, just putting everything together. They're so damn good at it. And The Last of Us, I fucking love The Last of Us. Like, I'm playing online. Uncharted, like, I mean, the Last of Us right now. When I'm bored, what am I playing? The Last of Us Online, because you can never get bored of it. The only time you do get like wholly pissed off is like when you're probably playing online and you kind of lose a little bit. But that's not really their fault though. That's your fault for not being like a good enough player or like a noob. But I'm not really a noob. But sometimes people are just damn better. You know what I'm trying to say? So I love the game. Like the details, the thought they put, like especially like into the multiplayer. The crafting weapons thing. It was so damn unique. I love that idea. Like putting nail bombs, Molotov, all of that stuff. It is smoke bombs, shivs. It is amazing. So with that, now that they have all of that, I just can't wait to see what they add to that. That arsenal or
Hmm.
that heap of great things in The Last of Us 2. Just what else will they add in The Last of Us 2 that will make The Last of Us look, I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
as an equal. Because all you need is basically like an equal. If you can go make it
But
like
The Last of Us
beyond
2
an
can have a
equal.
lot of potential, especially since it'll be on next gen. There's
Hmm.
more shit they can accomplish because I found
Yeah.
out that they actually did want to have a kind of like a zombies mode on the
Hmm.
multiplayer, but due to limited capacities of the PS3, they weren't able to do it. I found that out. They
I'm
act-
glad you. I'm glad you mentioned that. But yes.
they actually did want to include zombies in the multiplayer, but they couldn't.
Hmm.
But now that we're on the PS4, they could. If they did make another Last of
Hmm.
Us game, they could add that.
And I would buy the game just for that. I would buy it just for that, what you just said right there. Because I was so looking for like a DLC or something like that that would have like, an infected, where it's like infected survival. Like, how awesome that would be? Infected survival, just you and your buddy, like with some shotguns or some shit. You also have the toolbox kit, have Reviver activated, like Reviver level 6 activated, maybe some first aid training and shit, just you and your buddy going against these zombies. Like, it would be so damn good. The experience would be so freaking crazy. I would love it. But you know, uh, since we're talking about like a sequel, though, one thing we're not really forgetting, but like, if they are to do a sequel, though,
You're lagging again. Give it a second.
there it
Okay,
is.
get back to normal.
All right, so if you're bringing the sequel now, are you having a sequel with Joel and Ellie, or do you bring in different characters? I think if they're making a sequel, they do not need to go back to Joel and Ellie. Bring in some new characters, a new story arc. Maybe some other group heard about Joel and Ellie, and they're going to have to find Joel and Ellie, for the cure. Maybe there's another facility that we don't know about, that's really looking for a cure, but they don't really, and they know Ellie and Joel is out there, so they're going to find Ellie and Joel. Maybe you can have a group like that going out to find them. That would be pretty awesome. But I don't want to relive Joel and Ellie again. Like, they're really awesome, but I don't think the story would be as powerful as The Last of Us if we're playing with the same characters. We need to see the story from the perspective of another character or another female or another male. I don't really care if it's a female or a male character. I would prefer either or. And you also have to be smart with who you have. Like that person, they can't be a kid. I don't think they can really have a kid with them, because I don't know, something bad will probably definitely happen to that kid. So maybe it's like a man and a woman going out to find Ellie because she is, the cure or something like that. And maybe when you do find Ellie and Joel, you get to play as them again. Like, you know how excited people would be just to go back to play as Joel and or Ellie? That would be so freaking excited. So do you think like they should bring back Joel and Ellie though, or like a
Well,
different
I don't know.
group of
If
people?
they were move on to the different characters, that would be a really, really bold move. That'd be a really bold move.
If
Cause like what people want out of The Last of Us, they want it to be Naughty Dog's next big story arc,
yeah.
sort of what they did with Drake and Uncharted, what they did with Jack and his series. They
Mhm.
want Joel and Ellie to have, their
Mhm.
franchise basically. They want to make them Sony icons. Oh shit, this battery's running out.
They're already icons.
No, 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 you can't be an icon off of just one game. Give me a second.
Yes, the game was that good, my man. The game was that good. All right. If you're making I'm saying this right now. I might change my opinion later, but I think it might be best to see the story of what just like what's going on in this world if it's from the perspective of some different characters, not Joel and Ellie again. You know?
See, what my preferable thing would be if they did like a time skip, a couple of years later,
Mhm.
play as Ellie as an adult, and Joel's
Mhm.
already dead. That to me would be the best. I don't know what story they could do off of that, but I don't know.
No. See, yeah, but I really wouldn't want that though. Like Joel is dead and Ellie playing as Ellie. No, I feel like Joel has to be there. Like I feel like we and Joel, like we bonded with Joel to a point where like we need Joel. Joel has to be in there. If Joel isn't in there, it's kind of not The Last of Us. It's not really The Last of Us anymore. It just be the last in a way. It's like the
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 last
one
is
or
great.
some shit. It's like the last.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
killer.
really, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm maybe I change my mind later, but as for now though, if The Last of Us is gonna have a Last of Us 2, I think they need to switch characters. Switch to different people, maybe trying to find them, just like a different group. I think we've already lived the Joel and Ellie story, and I mean they're not the if Ellie
Another
if Ellie
popular
is so special, there could be someone else that is as probably as special as her. Like what? Did they
But
really say
that's
what
a
made her
that's a more
special?
that's a more difficult task though. You're starting over from scratch instead of working with what you already have.
But where do you go though? I don't see
I
where do
don't
you go
know.
with Joel and Ellie right now. Where do you go with them?
I don't know. Continue surviving. I don't know where they take it off from there, but when this is Naughty Dog we're talking about, you gotta have faith in them
Well, if
that they
if I
can
remember
continue the story.
if I remember correctly though, at the end of the game, right, where Joel and Ellie's climbing up the cliff or whatever that was, they looked down, right? There was some houses, right? They weren't infected, right? Those are some good houses, right?
That's Tommy's dam. They went to go live there.
Tommy.
His Joel's brother.
I know Tommy, but I'm just like, huh. But I think that didn't we like visit that place or no? No, we didn't visit that place.
Yeah,
But it
you
looked
did.
peaceful though, right? It looked peaceful and
Mhm.
shit. But
Yes.
still, though, you never know when some infected might pop up or something. But I don't see it though. I don't see that happening. Them sticking with them because I don't know where they go from there. That's the thing that I'm looking at. I don't know where you go from there. Where do you go from there? Where do you go from Joel and Ellie?
I don't know.
Them trying to find another facility for the cure? Like we know that Joel is not going to give up Ellie. Like let them take her brain out. For some cure. He's not going to do that. So it's like, where do they go from there?
Another popular idea was if they did a prequel of Joel, Tommy, and Tess, and how they got to the beginning of
Hmm.
the game. I
Hmm.
wouldn't really call that The Last of Us 2 though. I would call that like that would be like a side project kind of thing.
Hmm. I wouldn't go with that. Prequel, no. You need to keep moving forward right now. I've had it with kind of prequels right now. I think you should just keep moving forward. I mean, there has to be other people in the world with like with like a great story, just like Ellie and Joel. I think there has to be like some people with a great story who probably heard about her and is trying to find her to save mankind or something like that. That's what I would like to see. Some different, the story of The Last of Us from some different perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it would called, but that's what I would like to see. You would like to see the story of Joel and Ellie continue, but guess what? Either the story continues or some new characters. No matter which route Naughty Dog takes, I can almost guarantee you that the game will be fantastic. And if we're able to play, versus the infected in the multiplayer, that would make my fucking day. That would make my day.
Alright.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. So I don't know. So if there's a Last of Us 2, guys, do you think they should continue with Joel and Ellie, or do you think they should switch to different characters and maybe meet up with Joel and Ellie down the line, where you could possibly play as Joel and Ellie again? Like, I would look forward to that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know below. And if you like what I do here, want to see more, click that subscribe button and join the Ascension. I'm the Icon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Later. And that is the boss over there. Say something, the boss.
Nah, the boss doesn't speak.
You're speaking right now. Crazy.